It is November 1st, the beginning of National Novel Writing Month. And I've been working on, writing a lot of books in terms of writing outlines, writing scenes, getting things together. And I'm at a point where I'm finishing up my nonfiction book on language learning in VR, and it's well overdue that I get into writing my fiction. And there's this thing where if you don't have a solid timeline for things, then they tend to not get done. So I'm going to aim for 5,000 words a day, focusing on just writing out, just pumping out a word count to get my scenes organized and everything. If I were just writing without any outline at all, this would be really hard to do if I was writing without any scenes at all. 5,000 words a day would be very intimidating for me. I do tend to write very slow. I'm fairly consistent at 1,000 words per hour, both with writing and with editing, though my recent editing run might be significantly skewed because this is nonfiction editing that I'm doing. And my editor has messed up my voice a lot. They did a lot of edits that I have to fix because there was just big miscommunications going on, so I really shot myself in the foot, and I want to move on from that. It feels like over and over again, I keep running into different stumbling blocks that keep me from reaching where I want to be in terms of getting books done and getting things published. But I'm overcoming that hurdle, and another thing that will help me to stay motivated is to do a little bit of writing. 5,000 words is no small amount of writing each day, but a lot of it's going to be taking a scene and then using it to fill a slot within my outline. So I have an outline for a novel that I'm working on, and I don't like discussing plot and stuff while stuff's in the works, because everything sounds stupid when you explain it out verbally when it's something that's supposed to be in a long form format, such as a novel. So I've grown, as you could tell from my tone of voice, I've grown this visceral disgust towards the idea of, well, what's your novel about? It's like, yeah, I'll tell you once I've gotten a good bit of it finished and done. Once I'm at that stage where I can talk about it. See, that's the thing, is if you say my book's about this and you say that to someone, that could be motivating because it could encourage you to, here's what's my book about. Here's, having a conversation about what your book about could help you solidify the ideas that are there. But at the same time, that can lock you into a narrower path that might not be very helpful if you're dealing with a lot of abstract things that are not easily discussed in a short elevator speech. I realize I'm not that guy that can do short elevator speeches very well. I have things that are personally meaningful for me to write and express, and that comes first and foremost. It's art for art's sake. No, it's not that snootiness of it. It's the significance of the act of writing in and of itself that motivates me to continue writing. So I hate this mindset of having to justify myself constantly, which damages my expression massively. It damages my ability to communicate when I'm in this mindset of, okay, I have to justify myself, and then explaining, well, what's your book about? Why should I give a damn about your book? That whole thing is just bad, so I just don't engage in those conversations, and hopefully I've made that clear here, where a big part of being able to make progress and keep moving forward with a book is to remove that sense, that inner self-critic, as it's called. And a very important thing for me to be able to do that, and for me to be able to continue moving forward, is to stay a significant amount distant from such negative influences that would discourage me from writing at all. So the basic plan that I have, that's enough stupid ranting, but that's part of the expression that's important in order to be able to get things out so that you can move on and move forward with them. The important thing about National Novel Writing Month for me, for what I'm trying to do this month, 5,000 words a day. Yeah, I have some structure that's already there, have an outline that's already there, have a lot of scenes that are already there. That's great. This is feasible for me. I'm also going to be reading Atlas Shrugged. I've never gotten around to reading it. It's not like a great work in the sense that the Greeks, the classic Greeks, are great works like Aristotle and Plato. But it helps to have exposure to, literature when you are writing literature yourself, so that you can expose yourself to more vocabulary, more ways of phrasing things, more mindsets that allow you a broader perspective that you yourself can portray when you are writing. So I'm going to be reading about a half hour. I'm going to put like a timer on. I'm going to be reading for about a half hour each day of Atlas Shrugged. So that's going to be another thing that hopefully will help me to keep momentum going forward. I'm not going to be making recordings every day, but maybe once a week for National Novel Writing Month. So this is the first one here, and I'll see you on the next weekend and let you know what progress I've made. Thanks for listening. I'll see you then.